Hello everyone, welcome back to Help for Good eLearning. My name is Prashant. I am your Django trainer. So today we are going to see the Django project setup. See, there are two ways to set up the project. First, without environment. Second, with environment. There is some merits if you go with the environment. What is that? Suppose while developing the project, you have installed your Django framework, and along with the Django framework, you have downloaded and installed many dependencies like external libraries, frameworks, and anything else, right? So what will happen exactly if your project is connected with your GitHub repository and that GitHub is connected with your server, and if you're deploying your project, what will happen if whatever the requirement.txt file you have created, obviously in that requirement.txt file you are going to write it down every dependencies whichever you have installed, you have downloaded and installed while developing the project, while working with your project. Okay, so what will happen, it will take automatically and it will install all those dependencies on your server automatically without your any kind of interfere, right? So that is the advantage. And if you go without creating an environment, that means directly we are going to create the project and we are going to install everything. So see, everything will work properly in the local system. There is no issue. What will happen exactly? Whatever the dependencies you have installed in your project while working on your project. So when you deploy your project after the completion of project, when you go for the deployment on the server, so at that moment you have to install all those dependencies manually on your server. Okay, this is what the extra work you have to and the extra effort you have to put after deployment. Okay, because after the deployment, you have to install the libraries and the frameworks over there also. Otherwise, your project will not work over there properly. Other than that, if you ask me, sir, anything else that will not work? No, everything will work. Only the thing is that there are dependencies, and in dependencies, we can say anything else like your framework, your extra libraries, your APIs, maybe anything else, what, right? So that you have to, if we go without environment, then we have to install it manually and on server also. Okay, and suppose by mistake if you forget to install any kind of library, like you forget to install the driver, okay, for your MySQL connectivity, database connectivity, maybe it will not work over there properly. So understand these things are really important. Okay, now let's if you ask me, sir, right now how we are going to proceed. So we will proceed without creating environment. Don't worry, don't worry. I will also take one lecture, and in that lecture, I will create the environment. I will download and install and create the environment. And I'll show you that how we can set up the project in environment also. Nothing is more, only the creating an environment and set up the environment and then installing everything on that. So apart from that, nothing is extra. Okay. So right now we are just going without environment because for me, it is very important to let you know that how we can set up the project, how we effectively able to work on it. Okay, and I want to make it very less I will say a less error free. Okay, so that's why without environment I'm just right now going on. Okay, so it is very important that you should know that how you can set up the project on Django. Okay, so let's go with that without wasting of time. I'll just say, okay, so here I will create one folder. Okay, whatever the drive you have selected, suppose if I tell you, so I have selected the drive like the drive Python programs. This is my folder here, so I will create a one new folder first of all, and I will name it that folder, for example, my project. Okay, this is the folder name. Now in the VS Code, VS Code is very important, guys. Okay, so in VS Code I will just go and open the folder. See, on Colab and Jupyter, it will be not possible. So understand this is very important. Okay, in Google Colab or in your Jupyter, it's very hard to develop this project, right? So that's why I follow the VS Code, PyCharm. These are the best ID. VS Code, I love it. So that's why I recommend it. Okay, so my project, this folder I'm going to open here. Okay, now the folder is open. Yes, I trust. Okay, let's go for the I will just say terminal. Yeah. So new terminal. Just I will make it a small. Okay. So in that terminal, I'll show you that what we can able to do here, right? Just a wait. Okay. So now the project has opened, guys. First of all, you have to check your system is connected with the internet or not. Okay. Wi-Fi or your any internet system. Okay. So then you have to install pip install Django. Okay, you have to write down pip install Django. So pip is the installation manager. Pip is responsible to install anything else, whatever you are looking to install here. So right now I'm just going to install the Django. So you have to make sure that your system should be connected with the internet. Otherwise, it get failed to install all those things. In my system, I already have installed the Django, so that's why you can see here I got the message requirement already satisfied because I've already installed the Django here, right? So sorry, already I have installed the Django here, so that's why it is very clear. But in your system, it will take a moment. It will first of all download your files from the internet, and then it is going to start the installation. So you have to wait. Okay, you have to wait. You have to keep a patience. You have to see until unless you will get this kind of line. You have to wait. Okay. Now after the installation of a Django, you are ready to perform a certain level of commands to set up your projects. So I will just open here a Google and I will type the Django project. We have to jump on the official site of a Django. So djangoproject.com, this is the official site, guys. Okay. And in this official site, let's go for the documentation. Step by step, you have to follow all the procedure, understand it. Okay, step by step, you have to follow all the procedure. So you can pause the video and for meanwhile, you can open your browser, you can set up, you can do the other activities meanwhile also on your system. Okay. And here you can see the tutorial and part one request and response. You have to click on it to jump on the first page. So why I'm showing you this page, guys? Because it will help you to remember the command. If suppose anytime if you forget the command, whatever the command I'm going to use it for creating the project, for creating the applications, okay, or for any other operations, so that that commands and that references you can take from here. This is the official site of the Django, and this will really help you for development of your project. Okay, and it will guide you. It's like a mentor, it's like a guide, yeah, it will guide you in every step, in every moment. Only you have to follow it properly. Okay. So the first command you can see here, the Django dash admin start project my site. So sometime we got the error also. Sometime in if you ask me, sir, in the updated, if you're using updated Python, latest Python or the latest Django framework, what will happen? This command will not work properly. Okay, so I'll show you what is the other solution also. Just a wait. First of all, I'll show you if you do some mistake. Okay, this is the command Django dash admin start project, and your project name is a my site. I'll just, yeah. So your project name is my site, Django dash admin start project, and your project name is a my site, which is created inside my folder. As you can see here, my site, this is my base directory, or also I can say the root directory. And inside of this base directory, I have my project folder, and here I got all these files, and this is created by the Django framework. I have not created because you can see here I just entered the command, required command to create the project, and the rest of the work is done by the Django framework itself. Okay, so you can see here that init file sgi setting URL wsgi, then the manage.py file is also there. So I'll just tell you guys what will happen exactly properly. I'll tell you. That this setting.py file is responsible to set up your project properly. Okay, but right now other files are also there, and I'm not going to explain independently right now each and every file because it could not be easy to remember everything. Okay, so while doing the project or while developing these things, I'll explain one by one everything. Okay, so right now you can just skip it that we have created a project, but sometimes this commands not work properly. So I'll show you if in your system this command is not working properly, so what will be the other actions you can take it. Okay, so I'll show you the other commands also, just on the Stack Overflow page. This is command what I have used, and is there any other command? Okay. It's not recognized. If I'm getting this kind of error, because maybe you will get a Django is not recognized error. So here we have to follow properly. Django dash admin start project. Okay. Yes, this is the command, guys. Note it down. This is the command you have to use. Okay. Because see, whenever you get any kind of error, you have to remember that that error, you have to copy that error, you can post on the Google and you can search a proper solution, and in Stack Overflow you will get a proper result. Most of the time I got the result from here, but you have to read it properly. Okay, because you have to read the solution and then you have to try to understand the solution, that is it perfect for my error or not, for your problem or not. Okay, so right now the Python, the py-m Django start project, and then your project name, this command also working. If you are getting a Django is not recognized command error in your system, if you're getting an error like Django is not recognized, then this will really help you. Okay, understand, this is really help you, and this is really important. I'll explain. Okay, so this is important, but in our system we have already created the project. Now to run the server, also if you, let's go here. So here you can see, after firing this command, after you will get this kind of file, and you will get the detail about this file, why this file is created, and what is the responsibility and role and responsibility of this independent file, and then the development server. So you have to check this by running your server, that Django is successfully installed or not. How you can check? You can check, you have to run your server. If your server is started successfully, we can say that our Django has installed successfully. If the server is not starting, that means your Django is not installed properly. Okay, so let's check this command also. What I'll do exactly here, I will just type python manager.py run server, and here we will get a one error right now. Okay, I'm forcefully trying to get the error here. And what is the error? You can see here, the can't open a file, and no such a file or directory is there. So understand, whenever you get the error, read it properly. What is saying that no such a file or directory is there, can't open a file? That means, what was my command? My command was python manage.py run server. Okay, so manage.py, I'm trying to accessing this manage.py file. How it is possible to access this file, and where this file is in your directory? So right now we can see the manage.py file is inside of your base directory, which is your my site. My site is your project name, actual project name. And sometime also we say our base directory or root directory. So inside of this base directory you have this manage.py file, and we can see where we are right now. So right now we are in the my project. That means we can say we are in this particular folder. Right now we are inside of my project folder, but we are not inside of my I will say the my your project name is a my site, so we are not inside of the my site project. Okay, we are just in the my project folder. So that's why we could not able to use this command here, because this command is trying to find out the manage.py file, and this manage.py file is not inside of my project folder. It is actually inside of my site project. Okay, so my site is your actual project, is your actual base directory, or we can say that it is your actual root directory. Okay, inside of this root directory you have your project folder, but along with this project folder also you can see we have a manage.py file. So in this particular manage.py file, what we are going to do exactly, guys, we have to change the directory. We have to go inside of my site. That's it. Now use this command, python manage.py run server. Okay, so we are trying to access the manage.py file. Why we are trying to accessing the manage.py file? Because this is your command line utility file, guys. Now after creation of project, whatever the command you have to use over there, this manage.py file will really help you. Okay, so this is important that understand. So as you can see here, our server has successfully started. Okay, we got the some message also here, unapplied migration, but don't worry about it. Okay, we will sit later on when we will start working with the database. So right now the starting a development server, and this is your local port number, or we can say that local port address, 127.0.0.1 is to 8000 is local address. If you click on this follow link, so You can copy that particular HTTP port number also, and you can post on the server. So you can right now check this installed work successfully. That means your Django has been installed properly, and it is working. Okay, so this is the things. Now, how can you stop your server? Just click on there and clear, and just press Control C. Control C. Okay. So if you press the Control C, now you can see that your server has stopped. If you go and refresh your page, if you try to refresh your page, now the server has stopped, so it will not able to reach your page. Okay, it will not allow to reach your page. And along with that, you can see that you got the db.sqlite 3. So actually Django support the default database, which is your SQLite. But if you're not getting this kind of extension, then you have to go in the extension. You have to type SQLite viewer. This is the particular extension you have to download and you have to install. Make sure that your system is connected with the internet. Okay. So I've already installed. That's why it is showing the uninstall option. So you have to install this properly. Okay. So thank you guys. We'll see you in the next lecture for proper for app creation. Thank you.